Hey, this is Coach Kevin from Fit for Life Training Studio in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and I'm here to show you guys a great 5-minute active warm-up you can do to make sure you don't get joint pain during your workout. Now, I don't know about you, but I have had joint pain all over. My knees, my hips, my back, my neck, and my shoulder because I was training like a jackass and overtraining in my 20s. I'm in my mid-40s now, and I know I need to work out smarter and not harder, and I had a couple car accidents thrown in the mix. So I've had patellar femoral syndrome in my knees, some meniscus issues, a lot of mid and low back issues because of the car accidents, and a lot of shoulder and front of the shoulder issues in my rotator cuff and some neck issues as well from just really a lot of overtraining back in my mid-20s. So I want to show you guys some really quick, easy exercises that you can do to make sure you don't get joint pain. And that's really the key for what today is. Now, everybody that's watching this has very similar postural and muscular imbalances. Most people have slightly fallen arches, knees are a little bit pointed inward, their hips are uneven, you have an exaggerated curvature to your low back, and your head and your shoulders are a little slumped forward. Now, what that all means is that certain muscles are going to get really tight and certain muscles are going to get really weak. So your calves are going to get tight, shins are going to get weak. The front of your thighs and your quads are going to get tight. The muscles in your hamstrings are going to get weak. Muscles in the front of your hips and your hip flexors get tight. Butt cheek muscles, your gluteals get really weak. Deeper core muscultures in the abdominal area in the front get really weak. Low back muscultures get really tight. Muscles in my front of my shoulders and chest get really short and tight, and the muscles between my shoulder blades and my rhomboids and my mid to low trapezius get really weak. So I want to show you some great little exercises that you can do that won't only just actively wake up those weak muscultures, but when they wake up the weak muscultures, they passively turn off the overactive tight muscles. So we're going to show you some exercise to activate the shins, which will naturally start turning off the overactive calves. I'm going to show you ways to activate your hamstrings, which will naturally turn off your quite tight quadriceps. So I'm going to show you all that good stuff now. I'm going to get right to it so we can get right into the action. I'm going to show you these exercises. There are a couple things going on at the same time because I like to get in and out as quickly as possible. So I'm going to show you how to do this. It should take about 5 minutes and we'll get right to it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do some exercises to focus in on my gluteals, my gluteus medius, which is my big old butt cheek muscle off to the side, and some of my shoulder rotator cuff work because my shoulder's a little rounded. I've had that history of tendonitis in my shoulder, so this is the best way to start. I'm going to show you a front and side view so you can kind of see all angles. Basically what we're doing is we're going to create a nice straight line, and we want my hip, shoulders, and ankle and everything in a straight line. If you can have a wall or something, I have my couch here to make a nice straight line. And what we're going to do is we're going to raise the arm and the foot at the same time. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds at the top. 1, 2, 3. Slow drop and right on back up. 1, 2, 3. That little isometric hold at the top really matters because these muscles are inhibited, so they're going to be really weak. I have about a 5-pound dumbbell in my hand, but you want to make sure with these exercises you're using body weight or really light weight. So like even a water bottle could work really well here. You only need a few pounds for this because you're getting that nice hold and that nice squeeze at the top. So it's 1, 2, 3. We're coming down slowly. That little squeeze and hold at the top really matter here. And like I said, the goal of this is not to get so fatigued that you're shaking. You want the resistance to be light so you can really isolate and get squeezes. So what does that look like from the other angle? Let me reposition here. So remember, ankle, hip, shoulder, all in nice alignment. So we're here to here. Both up at the same time and hold. 1, 2, 3. My elbows glued to my side, a little bit in front of my body. And hold. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You want to get 20 repetitions. You want to do both sides, but for saving time, I'm just going to do one side. The next exercise is going to look like this. My knees are going to bend in a little bit. I'm going to steal this dumbbell here. You might want to get a little, if you have access to dumbbells, get a slightly heavier dumbbell. So I was using a 5-pound, so now I would use maybe a 10 or 15-pound dumbbell. And like I said, you can still use that water bottle if that's all you have. I'm going to scoot down a little bit so I don't bang into the couch here. So I'm basically supporting, I'll get my feet out of the way so you can see. I'm using my one hand support on the other one. I'm just going to do a little shoulder rotator. I'm going to hit the other part of my rotator cuff, and I'm going to hit a different part of my gluteal. So I'm going to bend my knees in, straighten out that top leg, support my one hand, both up at the same time. It's called shoulder internal rotation, hitting a rotator cuff musculature, and hitting a different part of my gluteal at the same time. Both hold, 1, 2, 3, come down. The key to this is don't punch yourself in the head with a dumbbell here. I'm going to go from another angle so you can see both. You want to come up, hold 1, 2, 3. Another viewpoint here. So you would basically be here, legs bend in slightly, about a 45-degree angle, top leg is straight. 1, 2, 3. You probably see my shoulder angle a little better from this view. That's it. Remember, you don't want to come all the way up here, just to the point where you're just about the forehead level. 1, 2, 3. Get those nice holds. 20 reps each side, once again. Next one we're going to do is I want to target some of the muscles in between the rear of my shoulder blade, called my rhomboids and mid to low trapezius, to turn off my overactive chest and shoulder muscles. And I also want to wake up my hamstrings and my gluteus maximus muscles as well. So what I'm going to do, you might see it best from this view, and I'll show you both views, the side and the front view. I want to grab an elastic resistance, works really well here. You don't have to use an elastic tube or band, but it just makes it a little bit more isolated. So we're basically here, palms are going to be facing behind me in the direction of my head. So what we're going to do is a little hip bridge with a little shoulder pinch. So I want to raise my toes up in the air because I want to activate my shins, I want to activate my hamstrings, and I want to activate the muscles between my shoulder blades in the rear. So I'm going to raise my butt up, keep my toes up, squeeze my hands into the floor. 1, 2, 3. Butt comes down, hands come up. Hands come down, butt comes up. Squeeze my hands into the floor. Make sure you're squeezing your hands right into the floor. When you come down, don't let your butt fully hit the ground. And right back up. Notice how my toes are staying up the whole time because I want to activate those shins. Another viewpoint from the side here. Make sure I don't punch the couch. So here we are. Hands are straight up over the chest and shoulder. As my butt comes up, bands come straight down into the floor. Here, right back up and squeeze into that floor. 20 repetitions, just like the others. You want to get that nice, good squeeze. Next one, what we're going to do is I want to show you some activation for those shoulder blade musculature and help loosening up my leg back at the same time. This might be a better view from here. So what we're going to do, my knees are bent, my feet are just a little bit away from my butt, cross my right leg over left, my arms are out nice and straight, and what we're going to do is just rotate from side to side, from here to here. And I want you to make sure your shoulder doesn't pop up off the ground. So you have to actively squeeze your shoulder blades into the floor. I have pretty good flexibility so I can go from one side to the other, but you might only be able to go this far. Go as far as where your shoulder can stay glued to the ground. What this is doing by when I rotate over, I'm activating my shoulder blade musculatures and I'm actively loosening up my low back musculatures, which is a great thing to do both at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I want to switch legs, cross the other leg over, one knee over the other. Bring your elbows a little bit more into your body so you're a little bent here. And you want to rotate again. So just bring it a little bit, elbows down a little bit, so you're hitting a slightly different angle. First one, your arms are out straight. This one, you're kind of creating like a W with your arms, if you're looking at the shape of an alphabet letter. So we're just going back and forth. Go back and forth 8 to 10 times each side. Now, if you do those warm-ups, I guarantee it should only take about 5 minutes. You're going to feel so much better when you get into your workout. And one of the other things that I really love to do right after I do that active warm-up is to hit the foam roller and those tennis balls to get some of those self-massage hot spots, especially with calves, quads, piriformis, low butt cheek musculature, my mid to low back knots that I get in my shoulder blades as well. So that's a whole nother video. I hope you enjoyed that. It will help out tremendously. It should only take 3 to 5 minutes. Do that before your workout. And I guarantee that will wake up all your weak inhibited muscle groups and passively turn off all those tight ones. And make sure you don't want to do static stretching before the workout. You can do all that static stretching, which is kind of those nice elongated holds. Do that for after the workout, not before. This little active warm-up will be a great way to get started. So if you ever need me, I'm always here for you. You can always subscribe to my YouTube channel at Kevin George Hensel. You can always jump on our website at cherryhilltrainer.com. Or you can always find me on Facebook at facebook.com/cherryhilltrainer. I hope to see you soon. Take care.